What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be making a video on Rivix, however you say it. I believe it's Rivix. And this is a rebrand of Conker Tweaks. Now, if you don't know who Conker Tweaks is, I made a video on him in the past, and this is the most popular video on my channel. You guys love this one. And it was a really funny video where I showed off some pretty crappy tweaks and proved how he stole tweaks and so much more. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend going and checking it out, and I will go over a couple of the things that were bad in that video. But before that, I need to explain some things. So Conker has taken down all of his videos and he's rebranded everything to Rivix. Now, I'm in contact with somebody who knows Conker personally and knows his devs. I'm not going to expose their name, and I could even expose more proof in this video if I wanted to, but again, I don't want to jeopardize that person at all, so I'm just going to leave them unnamed. But I know 100% that this is a rebrand of Conker. He's tried to get away from the old name, probably because of the exposing. And today I'm going to be giving him an honest review and taking a look at everything. We have benchmarks of his new utility and a couple of things to talk about. So let's go ahead and look into that. Now, before I get into anything, let's talk about the old video. So in the old video, I ran over a lot of things. The first issue was it corrupted my desktop because he improperly deleted OneDrive. Probably just copied this from another tweaking tool. One of the other things I noticed was he was using Chris Titus in his tweaking tool, which is a huge red flag, obviously. And then we went to the benchmarking. So as you can see on the screen now, the benchmarks were quite questionable. He really did not even beat stock Windows. It actually made my PC worse. And then I had more issues after the tweak, like flickering and black screens and issues with booting. I ended up having to fully format my disk actually because I couldn't even reset Windows. And then after that, I went into proving some of the registry he used was stolen from people like Melody and Ansel. And even when I called him out for this, he blocked me on Discord. Now, that's all I'm going to say from the last video. Again, if you want to get more info on this and you haven't watched that video, I highly suggest going and watching it. But now we need to get into what's new about this situation, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the first red flag is his website. So looking at it now, we can see he promises from 40 FPS to 240, which is pretty much impossible unless your PC was cooked to begin with. I mean, a 6 times FPS increase is unheard of. He talks about having over 10,000 active users with 1,000 trusted users and 99% satisfaction. He's got some reviews down here that look pretty fake to me. I mean, we've got some ordinary names with Fortnite Pro next to it, Valorant streamer, CS2 player, all that good stuff. I mean, really, this just looks like it was thrown together by AI to me, and not much substance at all. And then if we go and look at his pricing, he's selling a manual service for $30, an elite utility for $20, full OC bundle for $110, and all kinds of stuff, as we can see here. Even having quotes for custom PC builds, which I can tell you right now, this kid does not know anything about PC builds when it comes to making custom builds and whatnot. It's probably some kind of scam, or he may just be recommending parts. I don't fully know, but I would not trust buying a PC off this kid. Now, getting off of the website, now that we've seen a lot of the fake promises and common themes that we have from Conker, let's start to look at some benchmarks. So I have a person I made this video with named Hitnik. I'll have his links in the description, but he's the one who tested out the utility for me, and I'm going to cut to him showing off the utility, and then we'll come back and talk about it once he's done.
Alright, now we have the utility. It shows you some pretty basic stuff, some CPU usage, the GPU usage, your RAM usage, the temperature monitor, game mode, desktop stuff, newsfeed. And I am already logged in as premium, but you guys just couldn't see because I didn't start recording early enough. But in the system, we have all these tweaks. It's not too bad. It does show you the risks of them. Then we have the network, only 4 here, the FPS, with about, what, 7, I'd say. Yeah, 7. One high risk, others medium and low. And in the advanced is just all high risk. So I'm just gonna do a quick little shortcut and just show you guys me applying all the tweaks. Alright, that is it for all of the tweaks. I applied every single one. So all of these will say applied, and click to unapply for every single one. Now I'm just going to do a quick PC restart and show you guys the FPSs.
Okay, so now that you can see he's applied all of the tweaks and everything and kind of showed you what the utility looks like, let's go through the benchmarks. So for starters, we have the before and after on FPS. Now, he went up around 6 FPS in the average, around 9 FPS in the lows, and 11 in the 1% lows. Now, at a glance, like, this doesn't look half bad. It's a decent increase, you know, it's a minimal change, obviously. It's not what you would expect out of like a full-on optimization, but it's better than he was before, you know, making it worse in stock Windows. Now, what I will say is this is not what's promised on his website with a 6 times FPS increase and all that stuff. Obviously, those are fake promises once again, which is a common theme with Conker. And I'm sure a lot of the stuff in his utility is either stolen or not made by him. I've heard that he's gone from dev to dev trying to get better stuff and doesn't really have any idea on what he's doing with tweaking. Now, next, let's look at the latency benchmarks. So as you can see, before is on the left and then after is on the right. We do have some areas that decreased in latency. The NVLD did go up slightly, which is the NVIDIA driver latency. The NTOS kernel dropped, and really overall, again, just a minimal change. Not much has changed at all. These latency benchmarks aren't anything special. Again, he didn't completely ruin it like last time, making it worse than stock necessarily. But again, this is not any 70% decrease. This is just basic changes. So that's what we get out of Conker. Fake promises, you know, not much change at all. And I'm sure his manual session is not much different. So I would just recommend staying away from tweakers like this who promise insane increases. You know, anytime you see something even like 3 times FPS increase, maybe even double, it's typically going to be complete waste of time, waste of money, whatever you want to call it. People promise these things to get buyers in the door, and then they slap fake vouchers on it thinking that they can just reel more people in. And this is the very kind of thing that I don't like with the tweaking scene, and why I want to continue to make these types of videos. Now, that's pretty much all I have to say about Rivex or Conker, whatever you want to call them. But what I will say before this video ends is I'm going to continue to make videos like this where we're looking into other tweakers, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion. You know, if I test out a utility and I think it's not half bad, that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to sit here and make fake benchmarks or lie. I just simply want to show off the true nature of the tweaking community. Now, with that being said, I think I will be testing some more utilities in my next video, so we can see what's actually going on behind the scenes with some of these big names. And I'm very excited to keep bringing you guys these types of videos. I hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't already, go check out my Discord, where I post real results from my customers and have countless of free optimizations as well as paid optimizations that you can check out. Link is in the description, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Peace out.